So who out of the housewives would you like to call on their bullshit and why?
I think for me it would be Chrissy. Just like all this crap about, I have a chef. No, darling, it's not your chef. You've borrowed your sister's chef. Oh, I have all these nannies. Well, really? Well, why are you getting your mum to come down from Queensland to pick up the kids from school? It's just, you know, and like everything about is fake. You know, the fake bags, the fake tits,
jewelry,
the fake jewelry. Like she wears Secrets jewelry for goodness sake. You know, it's just like,
yeah,
it's just tacky and cheap and fake.
Your consensus?
Well, you know, I'm not the kind of person that likes to point these things out because I always feel that if you're not a quality person, that comes out eventually. That's the fabulous thing about time. Everything eventually comes to the surface.
Who hits below the belt?
Oh,
Victoria.
Both of them. Victoria and Chrissy.
Yeah, but Chrissy's a bit more stuff. Like for a dumb person, she's actually very cunning. So things like, you know, she'll say to Athena, I want to understand your spirituality. I want to understand your humor.
Yeah, I don't know what namaste means, but I've done yoga before. So like you've just contradicted yourself. If you've done yoga before, you know what namaste means.
So that's very frustrating. Yeah, she definitely hits below the belt, but also Victoria attacking, you know, Athena's family. You know, Athena like keeps a beautiful house. She's a wonderful cook, and you know, Victoria belittled her for that.
Yeah,
like it was like, well, yeah, but Athena has everything that you don't. You know, she has a loving husband. She has 3 beautiful children. She has a stunning home.
Yeah, and that was one thing I couldn't understand. Why are you running down the fact that I'm running my own household? That I don't want slaves, and maids and butlers, and quite frankly, out of all of them, if anybody could, I could. And I choose not to because I'm a very private person, funny enough, because I'm contradicting, as I said. I'm such a private person. I don't like having people in and out of my house. My home is really my temple. And yes, I've invited the cameras in for X amount of time, but I actually feel really uncomfortable when anybody comes into my home and they're in my space. Like it's different, you know, we film something, they're all gone and that's it. But to have someone constantly in there that I just can't. I'm happy to wash my own underwear. I'm happy to mop my own floors. And you know how I justify that? I'm working out. I'm exercising.
That's so true.
Because I can't bear a gym. Like for me, I've got like germ phobia too, and I think, oh my God, someone has sweated all over that seat. Yeah. So for me, when I'm mopping, I'm thinking, you're working out, I think. and that's one thing. I put it down to good genes because everybody in my father's family was very slender, like thinner than I, you know. So it's just good genes, and also the fact that I do my own house chores. I've never been to the gym. Never.
I've got to ask, I think this is the opening scene or opening season with the cape. Was that staged or
I promise you that was not staged.
I went home, I don't even drink spirits. I went home and I think David was doing something. David wasn't home for some reason. He was filming something. I got home and my nanny was there. The boys were in bed. I poured myself a triple scotch and said, you have never met a more malevolent bunch of moles in your entire life. She's German, she doesn't know what a fucking mole is, but she does now that she's been watching the show.
So tell us a bit about like what went
Cape Gate.
The Cape Gate. What went through your mind when all of that went down and happened?
I was actually having an out-of-body experience. Like I was watching it. You know when something really shocking happens to you and it's all slow motion?
Yes.
And as she's, it was really weird because I thought
that was like a gesture of peace.
The truth is, I've always been this way. Like, I'm very sharey.
Yes.
So if I have an idea or I like something, the world needs to know about it, and you need to jump on the bandwagon with me. So for me, it was like, oh my God, she likes the cape. Let me show you how to wear it.
Yeah.
And then when she said, don't touch me, don't touch me.
While she's saying, don't touch me, I thought, this is weird. So then I said, okay. I don't know where she was going with this, but then I thought maybe she thinks I'm going to do something to her. I thought, oh my God, she thinks I'm going to choke her with the cape, or I don't know. So when she grabbed it and threw it out over the veranda, the balcony, I smiled. I actually, if you see, I've kind of smiled because
like,
I'm
thinking,
like
what to do.
I didn't know what to do. And then the instant thing, I thought, that's really elegant. That's really classy.
Did it actually go in the drink or did it go down on the cement below?
It fell on the cement, but there had been some sprinklers or something, so it got wet and dirty. Yeah. So then I had to deal with that. But the thing was that she didn't even care. Like, I went home trembling and I wrote them a little text and I said, oh, I hope you girls are okay. Everything's fine. And she didn't even respond.
No.
Like, for me, this is where I was freaking out. I couldn't care what was happening on set or on location. But be a nice person, be a quality person off set. And I got none of that.
And the interesting, the trick that they used to use is they said something really horrific to you, which was really hurtful. But, oh, look, we're just trying to make a good show. It's just good TV. Yep.
Who would say this? The producers?
They
would. Chrissy and Victoria. And then, but if you gave it back to them, you're nasty, you're cruel. Is it just me, or does Victoria sound like she's had a fucking stroke? It's just so slow. Athena, here's your fucking cape. Oh gosh, she's awful.
Lisa, how are things with you and Dave now?
We're having a lot of sex, none of it with each other, but no, just kidding, no. Look, I think we're getting to a good place. That we both understand where we failed in the marriage and where things went awry. And you know, it's something. It's unfortunately a vicious circle where, you know, I think as humans we just want to be loved and cared for, and neither of us felt loved or cared for. And you know, and I think the trigger or the catalyst for what had happened to us was a sexual assault that happened to me 2 years ago, and I never went and got help for that. And you know, David was so supportive and so kind, but there's, you know, he's not a psychologist. He's not someone that could, you know, help. But doing this show made me realise I needed help. We needed help as a couple, and it's good just having a third person, a counsellor, being a referee, because we're both very strong personalities, and it's very hard to lose an argument. Sorry, to win an argument with, you know, someone who has been a talkback radio host and a senator. But you know, it gives us an opportunity to hear how each of us are feeling, and look, it's never going to be perfect, but
no relationship is perfect. A relationship is all about giving each other that coin. I say it's almost, we start off with all these gold coins and you just have to keep giving each other that gold coin, and hopefully you never run out. Hopefully you're able to keep giving that coin.
So that joke I heard the other day of this little old lady, and she's on her deathbed, and she says to her husband, "I'll look under the drawer under my bed," and he opens up and there's $85,000 cash and this little knitted dolly. And he said, "Well, what's this?" And she said, "Well, every time you piss me off, I used to make a little knitted dolly." And he goes, "But what about the cash?" She goes, "Oh, that's the money I made from selling the little dolly."
That was the last one left.
Yeah, exactly. But like, the thing that David and I have in our favour
See how good she is? Like, how can't you love her? How can't you love that?
But the thing about David and I is that we love each other, and we never stopped loving one another. We just stopped communicating with one another, and you know, there was no one else involved or anything like that. It was just two people. We were like, because he's so meticulous. He's not like Athena. He's very meticulous. He's very tidy. He's very ordered, and like, you know, basically, you can see where I've been. It's just got a trail of clothes and destruction. But mind you, he knew that when he married me.
I can't even visit her room in a hotel.
You have no idea. So we're
freak out. I freak out. Like, I turn up into Lisa's room and it's just like, oh my God, Lisa, let me pack up. So I can
when we went overseas, I won't go too much detail where we went, but I think you guessed. But Athena and I were sitting on the plane, and Athena being 80% vegan, decided not to eat the entree, which was scallops wrapped in bacon. And I'm a scoffer, I've eaten it up. Had a couple of wines, we've nodded off. And I've just climbed over Athena, basically spent the last 2 hours of the flight with like my head and my butt competing with like the toilet seat.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I was throwing up a whole, I had Athena's duty-free bag I was throwing up in the car getting to the hospital, to the hotel. Athena, God bless her cotton socks, called a doctor. You know, the doctor was there, gave me shots, and I actually missed part of the filming because I was so sick. But while all this was happening, Athena unpacked all my bags, colour coordinated my entire wardrobe with my shoes. You know, my bathroom was perfect, like foundations here. There was such order to it, and it was like, wow, and I stuck to because we were in rooms next to each other. Like I thought, oh shit, I better not put something out of place. And so she's great.
Pull the black shirt out and stick it in with the white
well,
ones.
Well, that's why I astro travel, see, because when you astro travel, you don't have to worry about unpacking a suitcase, or else if you travel in real life, you know, it's,
do you go in the pointy end of the astro travel? Do you astro travel first class?
You have to like negotiate a suitcase.
Like Nicole, because you know 1A is the place to be.
And that's one thing that I've kind of regret, that I was very open to talking about these things and that I've been made fun of and mocked because, you know, these things are very real to me and, you know, they're my beliefs and I don't understand how people and human beings think that that's okay to mock somebody.
And it was interesting because, you know, like on paper, Athena and I shouldn't be friends. We are diametrically opposed absolutes. You know, she's extremely spiritual. I'm an atheist. You know, if I can't see it, I don't believe it. But Athena appealed to, I guess, the scientist or the nerd in me. And, you know, just explain things to me like, you know, she said, we're energy. Like, and she said, and, you know, energy doesn't dissipate. Like, when we die, the energy has to go somewhere.
It's been scientifically proven.
And, you know, and so I do try and keep a really open mind. And what about the bracelet? I have to tell about the bracelet.
And you do find a lot of the things I say fascinating.
I do.
You want to know more.
Okay, exactly. I find it, I'm intrigued by it. Who magazine should do their most intriguing people? Get this one on there. Yeah. But I had this $70,000 black and white diamond bracelet. It was brand new. And I went out one night, got on the terps. I don't know, just again, a trail of death and destruction. I wake up the next morning and I think, shit, where's my bracelet? Tear the house apart. David tears the house apart. We're looking everywhere. We'd had a film
Where's my bracelet, Athena?
I know, we'd had a film crew there. And I remember thinking, this sounds terrible. I think maybe one of the film crew took it. Like awful thoughts. Anyway, and then in the end, I thought, fuck it. I'll ring Athena. I said, look, you know, you reckon you know the universe and stuff. Can you ask the universe where my bracelet is? And she goes, it's in a white plastic container upstairs.
Well, it didn't happen like that. I did meditate.
Oh, yeah, so she said, I'll meditate. She said, I'll meditate on it and I'll get back to you. I said, okay. And she said, but I want you to visualise it on your arm. Yeah. And she said, and how does it feel on your arm? And I'm sitting there going, oh, okay, whatever. Then just find my fucking bracelet. Anyway, and then, but she rang back 5 hours later and said, it's in a white plastic container. It's upstairs. I don't have any white plastic containers.
Yeah, I told you in a white plastic box.
Yeah. And sure enough, my kids have a laundry hamper in their room. And like it must have, when I've been pissed, taken my shirt off, it's gotten tangled up in there and then fallen into the box. Anyway, there it was. I was like,
wow. Yeah.
Oh God.
But that was just me tapping into it. And do I do this all the time? No. If you like, do you know how many times I've lost my car keys and I can't find them? So it's not like I have special powers or anything.
But you have a cape for it.
Yeah, I do. And I pretend I'm Superwoman, Superman. But the thing is, I feel that everybody has the ability to do this. It's not. I'm not trying to make myself look special or separate myself from anybody. I'm just tapping into energy, and we're all capable to do this. It's just that do we choose to or not?
Girls, are we ready to play a little game?
Yeah, we like games.
Yeah. Have you ever played Never Have I Ever?
Did we played that other game in
spin the bottle.
Spin the handbag.
Spin the handbag.
Spin the handbag.
I have never.
You have?
Okay. Okay. So do we hold it like this until we know our answers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some questions and you have to say whether you have or you have never.
And is that it? Oh, that's so simple.
If you've got some stories,
just feel free to reveal it.
How long do we have?
And which lifetime?
Yeah, you can go back as many lifetimes as you want.
See, I don't understand. I don't understand why people get so emotionally wrapped up and they invested in wanting to be against my. This is me just saying that yes, I believe that I've lived before. I have proof. I have been regressed by professionals and this is my truth, and I'm not forcing you to believe my truth, but this is mine, and I don't know why I need to be apologetic of it, and I don't understand why I need to be put down for it.
Yeah, that's it. It's harmless and it's pretty tough.
Let's go.
Never have I ever gone to a nude beach. Have you?
Yeah.
You?
Mykonos.
I'm shocked.
There's so many.
I'm actually a bit of a prude. This is the thing that
So am I.
The producers used to find really frustrating that, you know, I have this very dark sense of humour. Like, you know, I can talk about death and Amy Winehouse and whatever, but I actually feel really uncomfortable with people talking about their sexuality.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah. So do I. My kids have never seen me naked.
Oh, really?
I don't understand that whole thing when people say they walk around their kids naked.
Oh, Victoria said she walked around her teenage son nude. Like, who does that? Especially if you're
Well, he's going to spend a lot of time in therapy there.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I have been to a nudist beach in Mykonos, and it was by mistake, and we've jumped off.
One in Mykonos?
Well, yes,
no,
we jumped off. We jumped off the boat, and all of a sudden the boat's already left, and you've already committed to this, and then you look around you, and everybody's butt naked.
Never have I ever dropped something in the toilet and used my hand to retrieve it.
I have.
Oh, really?
I had to. Bertie swallowed a marble the other day.
Oh, I saw that. But that wasn't yours. That was David.
But I have. Yeah.
Never have I ever sent a rude photo or raunchy text to the wrong person.
I've never.
No.
Never?
I don't send rude or raunchy texts.
No.
I've been married 17 years.
Never have I ever returned something to a store after wearing it.
Never. But we know who has.
Never.
Who?
Everything I have,
Victoria,
I own.
like-
Well, all her clothes are really ill-fitting. That's one thing that I feel that I can talk about, because I really want to help her at that. Because I feel the best thing you can do with clothes is have them tailored to you. Like, you can go to Target and buy a $20 dress, but have it tailored to you.
Here's a tip.
It will look like Chanel.
Yeah,
and I'm
listen.
giving a fashion tip, so I'm not running her clothes down. But her stylist is spending too much time trolling me instead of getting her clothes taken in.
And how funny is this? Netta Porter, if I'm you, do not take any returns from Victoria.
Yes, well,
she was worn the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why all her trousers look really like they're gaping, and everything's kind of big on her.
Never have I ever stolen something.
Well, I don't know if it's stealing. Can I just... Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, the other way around. Sorry. I'm a bit of a drunk. But, you know, like, alcohol's not a problem if you're good at it. It's like saying Bruce Lee is, like, you know, bad at kung fu.
So what did you steal alcohol?
I didn't steal alcohol. No, what I was going to say was...
You stole all the soap at the hotel, and then they made you put it all back.
No, it's
Were you stealing it? You were stealing it for charity, though.
I was stealing it for a charity. So they had all these beautiful, when we were away, they had all these beautiful Roberto Cavalli shampoos and conditioners. And I was like Santa Claus. I had a pillowcase and I filled them all up. Anyway, and because there's a beautiful charity that provides
packages for homeless people.
Yeah.
So
anyway, so that's why I did that. But no, I don't know. Do you think this is stealing? I'd be interested because, like I said, Athena is my moral compass. So my first fiance, that guy, asked for the ring back, and I said, okay, well, you can have the ring back. And I took the ring down to the jeweler, said, take the diamond out, put a cubic zirconia in it, and make me up a dress ring.
no, that's just you being smart.
Is it okay? Is that not stealing?
Is stealing bubble wrap from the post office that's in the garbage bin stealing?
No, that's
Well, you know, like in the bin underneath where you sign.
God.
Like,
I'm going to ring you next time there's a council cleanup and just say, come around and
So, but taking something out of somebody's garbage bin,
is that stealing? Isn't it another man's trash? Treasure?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, so then I have never then.
Never, ever.
No, because I've always had a really sense of God is watching me and I'm going to like go to hell. I
always worry about him.
You don't understand when my mother died. No, but when my mother died, I actually thought she was watching my husband and I having sex, and I think we had sex like after like the 40 days or something when you're allowed to, but I was like, oh my God, she's watching me have sex with Paris now.
Go.
Kundalini.
Never have I ever shared a person's secret with a friend.
Oh God, I have. Lisa's lip sync.
I just did that last night with Lisa. Sorry, Chrissy.
Your toast on Sunday, Princess.
Never have I ever joined the Mile High Club.
Oh, I have.
Sorry,
Mile High Club. Have you ever fucked like up in the air?
In a plane.
Oh, no.
While it's flying.
No.
No.
You have?
Yeah, David and I on the way to LA. But we're in first class. And
I don't fly a lot.
So it's first class, I keep hearing.
I know, but we didn't bother going into the bathrooms. We thought, no.
Did you just do it in the aisle?
We just put a couple of blankets over and went for it.
Stop it.
Yeah. He's a bit of a gun, the old David Oldfield.
Stop it, you dirty dog.
I know.
Cheers. We're going to wrap that up now, girls, after that one. Cheers. Happy Friday.
That was so easy. Thank you.
We loved it.
Yeah.
That was great.
Friday.
Oh, before we go, God, forgot. I've got a goodie bag. I did this last week. I totally
there's
forgot.
no G-string in there.
No G-string.
Throw it back in Tam's face.
No, we have a gorgeous 1 o'clock bag. You've got a
beautiful.
1 o'clock wine glass, some Gießen wine.
Beautiful.
Those pens that you've been eyeing off, the wine glass pens.
Fantastic.
And
Thank you,
also,
Tam.
from Yogi Bean is this gorgeous drink flask.
Beautiful.
Made of copper. It's got great purities in it.
Oh, there you go. You can have that in your handbag.
When
the tough gets going.
Yeah. After you've had a big weekend, just get you.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Tam.
Thank you, Athena.
It's actually a flask.
Yeah, that's a flask. Dickhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the back.